What's up, everybody? All right, you guys, so before we get started, if you're not already following me, make sure you hit that follow button. And you guys, let's get into this very tragic story. So on last Tuesday, October 17th, shortly before 12 a.m., police in Louisiana received a 911 call. So this 911 call came from a distraught mother that was at work. She told dispatch that the kids were at home with their father and he was threatening to burn the house down.
911, what's the location of your emergency?
Hi, 4911 America Street, New Orleans, Louisiana. He's going crazy. His name is Joseph. Can you please hurry? I'm at work.
What's going on?
He's screaming on the phone. I heard the kid screaming. He's screaming on the phone. Y'all have to just break through the door before anything happens, please.
Not shortly after that, about 10 minutes later, police received another 911 call about a possible house fire. So neighbors reported seeing a home engulfed in flames, and they were afraid because they knew kids were in the home. Crazy enough, this was the home of the woman who had just made that 911 call a few minutes prior. Once firefighters and police arrive on the scene, they make a shocking discovery. Not only is this house engulfed in flames, there are 3 kids that are trapped inside. So neighbors, firefighters, police, family members, everybody is on scene and they're trying to save the lives of these 3 kids. Now, they are able to pull out an 8-year-old boy and a 5-year-old girl, but sadly, they could not pull out the 3-year-old that was stuck in the middle of the house. Now, sadly, they were able to pull out that 3-year-old after the fire was put out, but you guys, all 3 kids ended up passing away. Now, police are on the lookout for 29-year-old Joseph Washington. He is the kid's father. He was the one that was watching them, and he is the one that the women called 911 on prior. Not only that, they got ring cam footage that shows Joseph setting the fire, closing the door, getting in his car, and leaving. This man literally set fire to the house and abandoned his 3 kids in, causing them to lose their lives. On that ring cam, you see the house on fire, you see Joseph get into his car, you see the car crank up, and you see this man leave. How can you do that to your own kids?
Turn yourself in, Joseph. And that ain't no lie. Turn yourself in. Call me. Turn yourself in.
Today at noon on Fox 8, a grandfather of 3 children killed in a fire pleads with his son to surrender to police.
To burn down the house, and family members as well as neighbors all identify that father as Joseph Washington. Now, we also got surveillance video from a nearby neighbor which shows a man coming out of the home, down the steps and into a car, and then driving off as the back of the house starts to catch on
So now
fire.
the hunt is on for Joseph Washington. So later on Wednesday, police find his car submerged in the Mississippi River, and they learned that he had gotten into another car. Now later on, police do find Joseph and they arrest him and charge him with 3 counts of second-degree murder. Now everybody is left wondering, how did this happen and how could somebody do this to their own kids? It turns out that there was a history of abuse between Joseph and the kid's mother. They had previously been arrested before, and the abuse dates all the way back to 2015. Not only that, only days prior to him setting the house on fire and killing the kids, he threatened to set the house on fire before. There was also a 911 call for that as well.
911, what's the location of your emergency? It's 4911 America Street, New Orleans, Louisiana.
This call was made October 9th, 9 days before police believe Joseph Washington set the fire to their home, killing the 3 children.
We have a past history of domestic violence, but he's like sending me threats saying if I come back to the house and my kids are still there, and he's saying that he will leave them in the house, and he's telling me not to come back to the house. If I come back to the house, he's going to kill me.
Here's what we've uncovered so far. Joseph Washington has a lengthy history of abuse. That started in 2015 with his then wife and mother of the 3 children.
So from the information I'm gathering, him and the mother of the 3 kids, they were married before, but they ended up getting a divorce. After all the crazy stuff he did, the judge granted her full custody and she went and started her life over. Now, someone on Facebook is saying that the home she lived in was a Habitat for Humanity home, and this mother was literally starting over. Now, I don't know how Joseph came back into the picture, but since he's been back into the picture, she has been calling the police nonstop. Neighbors are even saying that whenever she would flicker the lights, they knew then to call the police because she was in trouble. Now, this leads a lot of people to ask the question, if he had just threatened to burn the house down days before, why were the kids left with him? Right now, I cannot answer that. All I know is this mother is grieving and she lost 3 kids. Now, you guys, the state of the house after that fire is heartbreaking. And I can't imagine what these kids have been going through for years with this man.
Stating, quote, the defendant Washington then yelled out to the petitioner, the mother, that he will set the house on fire. The defendant then turned the stove on, causing the smoke to fill the house by the time police arrived. He was then arrested when police arrived.
Y'all, so he tried to burn the house down before he even cut the stove on, and when police came, the house was filled with smoke. So it's no surprise that he actually did this, you guys. He had already tried to do it before. Y'all, my heart goes out to the family of those 3 kids. I heard the mother is in the hospital and she is on a watch. And like I said before, there's no telling what these kids endured for years dealing with this man. Comment below and let me know your thoughts on this case and justice for these 3 babies.